Hello students, welcome back to the class. Last class we have discussed about methods of acquiring citizenship. What are the various methods to acquire the citizenship? We already discussed that this citizenship concept was mainly from the Greeks and the Roman civilization have developed the concept. Even during the period of Greeks and Rome, citizenships were not given to all the section of the people. Slaves and women were completely excluded from the rights of citizenship. But today if you see, during the 20th century, citizenship rights were completely expanded to all the section of the people. Now we will go forward here. But if you see, the citizenship rights are quite different. It's not the same concept. In every one country, the rules and regulations for the citizenship rights are quite different. All the countries are not following the same concept. All countries are not following same rules and regulation. We will discuss here. These are the three important elements through which we can get the rights of the citizenship. Okay. So sorry, every country have their own policy. Already this is completed here. So mainly the citizenships can be able to derive by birth or by naturalizations. Every citizen can able to get the citizenship when he born. Suppose if he taken birth in a particular country, then he will be considered a citizen of that country. And next one is naturalization. Based upon the naturalization also he can get the citizenship. Mainly when you are saying that there are three important elements through which the people can able to get the citizenship. One is called as jus sanguinis, one is called jus soli, and one is mixed principle. So citizenships can be given based upon these three important things. Okay, first one, when you are talking citizenship, jus sanguinis are nothing but citizenship of parents. Citizenship of parents. Okay, it means citizens can get the citizenship, okay, from the parent citizenship. Okay, so citizens can acquire the citizenship despite of whatever the place he birth. Okay, despite of whatever the place he birth, he can get the citizenship of his parents. If the this is about jus sanguinis, citizenship of parents, jus soli, place of birth, and mixed principles. Okay, now here if you see the citizenship of parents, when you are talking, this is quite practical, practice and natural laws. It contains logical also. Already we have discussed in the earlier classes about the before some point we have discussed that a citizenship can acquire wherever the citizenship have taken birth. If the parents are belongs to any particular country, the citizenship can that citizens can get the citizenship of his parents. If suppose the person who was born in Sri Lanka, if the parents are from India, then he will get the citizenship according to his parent citizenship. That is only called as jus sanguinis. This is quite natural. These rights are natural rights, and this practice is quite natural as well as reasonably. Okay, parents, if you see, the children have rights upon the parents. Children have more rights upon the parents. Okay, children have rights upon the parent citizenship also. If the parents belongs to India, and for example if the son was taken birth in Sri Lanka, even though he will be considered as citizenship of India. Why? Because his parents, his birthplace is India. Whatever the place of birth, despite of whatever the place he belongs, if his parents belongs to India, then he will be considered as Indian citizenship only. So this is called as jus sanguinis principle, jus sanguinis. Okay, we will go forward. If one or both parents are citizens of that particular state, for example if one or both, father or mother, if both belongs to the citizen of that particular state or a particular country, then that person writes to the citizens of that state. Similarly, that person have right to be the citizen of that particular state to which the parents belongs. Okay, for example, if you see that A, B, what it is saying, A, B belongs to the particular state, for example India. According to the constitution, okay, country is nothing but state only. So imagine that if the parent A and B, these are the parents of C. Imagine C. A and B actually belongs to India. and A and B, they are the father and mother, and C is actually a son who lives in, for example, America, who was taken birth in America. But even though he born in America, despite of whatever the place he belongs, he will be considered as citizenship of India only. Why? Because his parents are belongs to India, and that's why he will be considered as citizen of that particular country, despite of whatever the country in which he birth. That is one point. So here also, if one or both of the parents are the citizen of that particular state, then person will have right to the citizen of that particular state. This principle is completely applied in the form of paternal line, parents line. Okay, that responsibility, whatever the citizenship the parent belongs, the same citizenship the son also will be considered. So this principle is quite according to the father and mother. Okay, paternal in the sense parents. In the parents line, the citizenship has been derived. If parents belongs to the particular citizen, both father and mother, if they belongs to a particular citizen of the country, then despite of wherever the son he born, whatever the place he born, okay, he will be considered as citizen of that parents country, particular of country to which the parents belongs. A person or both, if they belongs to outside country, if the parents are the citizen of the particular country, then he can become the citizen. For example, same thing I said, if a person was born in any outside country, wherever the country if he belongs, if a person born in outside country, then he will be considered as citizen according to the parents citizenship. That is one point. So whatever the country he birth, okay, he will be considered as citizenship of India only. Okay, because his parents, his father and mother are actually belongs to our country, and that's why he will be considered as citizenship. So we are following some countries are following a concept of jus sanguinis principles. Okay, so citizenships can be based upon the regions naturally. This types of citizenship is called natural citizens. So by naturally you are getting that citizenship. Okay, because your parents are belong to the citizen of that particular country, despite of wherever or whatever the country you belongs or whatever the country you have taken birth, you will be considered as citizenship of your parents country. Okay, that principles are applied, which is called as jus sanguinis principles. So this is the point. So children, what we have discussed, that first point we have discussed about the concept citizenship of parents. So already we have seen that every country, the citizenship rules and regulations, the policies, rules and regulations are quite different, and the criteria, conditions are quite different. Citizenships can able to acquire based upon by birth or by naturalizations. If you are talking about natural citizens, which are mainly acquired by the persons, three important elements are very important to acquire the natural citizenship. One is called the jus sanguinis, jus soli, mixed principle. Jus sanguinis, I already said this is nothing but citizen of parents. Jus soli is nothing but place of birth. It's very simple concept. What is jus sanguinis means? Citizenship sanguinis are nothing but citizens of the parents. Okay, wherever the parents are taking birth or whatever the parents who belongs. For example, A and B. I say that A and B are the parents of C. For example, A and B actually belongs to the citizen of India. So A and B belongs to the citizen of India. So this citizenship can be given to his son also. So despite of whatever the country he born, C, okay, he will be considered as citizenship of India only. So that is called as jus sanguinis. Means citizenship of parents will be given the citizenship of son. He can be able to acquire based upon natural reasons. So here A and B are the citizen of India. Okay. C is a son of A and B. So wherever the country he belongs or whatever the country he birth, suppose if he born in America, according to jus sanguinis, he will be considered as citizen of India only. Why? Because we are following a concept of jus sanguinis. According to jus sanguinis, parents belongs to which country, father and mother, if they belong to a particular country, despite of whatever the country or whatever the places the son birth or son lives, he will be considered as citizenship of his parents only. Okay, this is called as just Anguillus. And just Soli. Just Soli is, I have said you that not all the countries are following this concept. Some countries like India, or there are some countries which are following just Anguillus concept, but some other countries are following just Soli concept. Just Soli is nothing but place of birth. Okay, this will be given according to the place of birth. For example, citizen born in Argentina, he will be, if the citizen's birth in Argentina, he belongs to the citizenship of that country only. This concept at present when you are talking, no other countries are following except Argentina only, and that's why children I have given the example of Argentina. So Argentina, we can find this concept. In Argentina, if the citizens, for example, according to the principle of Argentina, if the citizens are birth in Argentina, then they belong to that particular country only. Okay, and last concept is mixed principle. Mixed principle means combination of both just Anguillus and just Soli. Just Anguillus means what we have discussed. Just Anguillus means the citizenship of parents will be considered as citizenship of son. Okay, so citizenship of parents will be considered as citizenship of son. Just Soli in the sense that citizenship will be given according to the place of birth. For example, I am according to just Soli. Suppose if I born in Sri Lanka, then I will be considered as citizenship of Sri Lanka. If this principle is following, according to this principle, citizenship will be given according to the place of birth. Now, third important principle is what? Mixed principle. Mixed principle means combination of both just Anguillus and just Soli. This is a combination of both the principles. So, just Anguillus as well as just Soli. Okay, so in the next topic, children, in the next topic, we will meet you in the next class and we will discuss about what is meant by mixed principle. Okay, so thank you very much everybody. We will meet you in the next class, students. Thank you very much.